Welcome back to Anderson's Old Iron. Today we're on location at the super secret storage unit. So we're going to take a look at our new project, and we'll take a look at some other projects we got sitting around up here too. Alrighty, so just walking in and taking a look around, here we are at our latest project. This is a 1954 Chevy 150 sedan. We picked this up a couple days ago for $500, and she's going to be our latest will it run, will it drive, and can we clean it up, get it back on the road. This car has been sitting since about 75 was the last time it was tagged. The family I got it from had it for many years. They weren't the original owners, but they were probably the second owners of the car. She is definitely got some rust issues here and there, some dents, some broken out glass. Typical car sitting on a farmstead. But I think we can get her back on the road. It is a 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. Take a look inside here. I know it's kind of dark, but we'll get the door open here momentarily. So, with that being said, let's get the door open and we'll dig in a little further on her. Alrighty, so let's take a look inside here now that we got the door open, a little more light. Yep, pretty base model. I don't know if this is the original seat or not, and judging by what's welded to the floor right there, I would say it is not. There's the missing headlight bezel from up front. Got a little dinger in there, but we might be able to straighten that out. Floors are pretty non-existent. Got a dinger in the trunk there. Wonder if it'll come out of gear or in gear, whichever. No. Clutch is stuck, so she's gonna take a little bit of effort to get her to come back around. It's a little sticky. All right, well, let's get the hood open here as well. All right, we got the hood open here. Looks like a pretty darn complete 235 is what I expect it to be. Yeah, let's see, where's the dipstick at? Oh, it's got to be down here somewhere. Well, we'll find her here in a second. Single barrel carb. Looks like all our shift linkage and stuff is there, so maybe we can get that sprayed down right away. Let's see about loosening that up. Looks like it's got a newer starter cable on it. Vacuum wipers. I mean, she's pretty dang complete. Let's see if it'll turn it all. Oh, that is a negative on that, but that don't mean nothing. I mean, well, if it's anything like that Torino, we'll be in big trouble. So since we got it on the trailer, let's just take a look underneath it as well. Let's see what we're dealing with down here. It doesn't look too bad. Looks like she's been sitting down in the dirt. You know, pretty typical stuff. The exhaust got caught on the trailer there when we were coming up, and is that the oil pan? I think there's a hole rusted in the oil pan. Oh no. That's not good. Let's go to the other side and look. If we got another flooded engine, it's gonna be one of those, I sure know how to pick them. Oh man, there is a big hole in the oil pan. Oh no, I can see inside the engine. Well, let's look at the rest of the car. I mean, it still looks pretty good under here. It's got a closed drive line too, which I read up on. I was thinking this would be a great car for a small block swap if the engine turned out to be bad. And well, with a hole in the rusted in the oil pan, we'll have to dig into that and see. Fuel tank's completely rotted out, which is, you know, you don't reuse them on this old stuff, you just replace them. So yeah, I mean, she's rusty, but it ain't too bad. Ain't too bad at all. Alright, I'm gonna try to stick you guys in there and see if you can see inside that oil pan. Can you see anything? Bad? Good? I don't know. I can see the screen kinda. How about now? Oh hell, it don't look that bad in there. I think we can get that running. Well, let's pull some plugs. Alright now, so got a little help out here with me now. This is my old man. Got the hood open, kind of sprayed some stuff with some knocker loose up here and just kind of looking around. I don't know what that was. Just kind of looking around at everything. I did find the dipstick. It's here. So we'll just get a new one of those. That's not a problem. But looking at everything, it's got a nice long coil wire. You know, if you ever get to the point where you got a bad spot in it, you just cut it out and shorten it. Also, this is custom right here. That's your quick disconnect for your negative cable there. So I think what we're going to do now is jack it up, jack the front end up, and get a better look at the oil pan and kind of see if we can see in there a little better. And we'll bring you back as soon as we get that done. All right, so we're under the car looking at this oil pan, and things haven't gotten any better. Let's see what this is. Oh, yep, there's a... what do we got in here? What can we find? Oh, here. Well, we'll just take a look inside the engine here real quick.
Watch out, there might be a badger still in there.
Got any no stinking badgers? Oh, there we go.
Hey, there it is.
I got the inspection cover open. Let's see what's inside now. Alright, so it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's not rusty, it's just dry. So that's a positive. I mean, compared to what fell out of there. Maybe we'll try to open this oil pan up a little more here and get you a better view of the front of the engine. Alright, so now we got a nice big hole into the engine. Let's really get up in here and inspector it. So, I mean, oh, losing my light, gotta get it in the right spot. Bottom of the cylinders look pretty good. Oil pump, it's just gonna need a pickup tube, it looks like. Hey, here's the rest of the dipstick coming down. Camshaft looks pretty good. It's got a little surface rust on it, but I don't think it was flooded. I think it just sat in the dirt and rotted out the oil pan, because it looks pretty dang good in here. I mean, comparatively to that Torino, everything looks good. So I think we pull some plugs now, and we'll spray some stuff down there and then see if we can get it to pop loose. Well, now that I looked, what do you see? What do you think? Get you there. The up close and personal live action cam here.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, other than the hole in the oil pan. But look, I wonder if that screen can be just unbolted and changed out for a new screen.
Oh, it looks like it. I don't know how far. Well, the water couldn't. Well, the water only got this high.
Right.
So
Or mud or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it didn't get into the rods or mains at all.
Yeah. We can get her to turn over. I think she'll run.
Spray the cam down. Spray it all down in here.
Hit her from the old bottom side.
Huh?
Let's hit her from the old bottom side.
Mm. I wonder if we can. I don't know if we have to. I don't know if that panel slide under or not.
I think I was reading online, and I think you just have to take that center steering link off there.
Looks like if you get this out of the way.
Yeah, it drop right off there.
Yep. Other than that, geez.
I think
everything else looks really decent.
You
Well,
know,
except for that mount there is gone.
oh, we don't look at that one.
No.
That's extra.
No.
If we got what 6 or 8 of them on the car, one missing,
Yeah.
that's more than 75%. So we're good. Yeah, exactly. All right, we got the plugs out. There is some moisture that has been in them, but they're not terrible. There's a few that, like this last one, being number 6 cylinder, that one would be a little rough, but we're still gonna have hope for this one. So we're gonna keep looking her over and get back to you when we have something else. What are you doing in here?
I was gonna see if I couldn't get to the trunk.
I mean, it is.
I gotta bend that one up, pull out, and then pop up.
Is that frame bolted in there though?
It's just set down on these clamps right here.
Okay. Try the key again now that we got some. We did the long shot through the back seat to spray some penetrating oil on it, so. All right, just going for the juice in the old cylinders now. Give them a good old drink, and maybe they'll.
I think that one's full.
Maybe they'll come around. Oh, great! Now we're gonna have to lay in it down there.
Oh no, it didn't drip that bad.
So what'd you find under here?
Bullet holes
Bullet holes.
in the oil pan.
That way it's got no oil in it.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Yeah, right there.
Holes. How did they go shoot through the frame too, or?
Yeah, right here's a hole through the frame right. You can see where it blew the whole frame out right here.
Oh man.
It must have went through the same hole I'm coming in though. And that's a lot bigger than going through the oil pan.
There's no hole in the hubcap or the wheel, so
Well, I was wondering
maybe through the tire.
Well, I've seen that hole there and I'm thinking, well, there's got to be a rod sticking out the side, right? No.
As long. All right, trying to get the inspection cover off now to see if we can get somewhere to pry to maybe get the engine broke loose. Didn't bring a flat blade though, so got a chainsaw adjustment tool, and that seems to be at least taking a few of them out anyway. So, and maybe not. Damn. Oh, 2 out of however many is better than 0, I guess. Alright, got the inspection cover off here, and just a bit of a mouse nest in there, but not too terrible. Looks pretty alright. So, we're gonna have to end it here for now and come back when we got a few more tools. We don't have anything to pry on that flywheel or that ring gear with to get it to turn over, so we'll got an oil pan opened up a little more, and it looks pretty alright in there, so we'll come back when we got some more tools and keep going with this thing. Alright, we're back at it again. It's nighttime in this video, and I'm out here by myself. So what we're going to do tonight is try to get the wheels and tires off. I have a stack of old trailer tires over there that are 15s that'll work on here, so I'm gonna jack it up, and then I brought a couple pry bars with me, so we're gonna see if we can wrench on that flywheel a little bit and get it to turn over that way. So the first part of the video that I filmed was on my cell phone because my GoPro died. So there'll be like cuts of GoPro, cuts of cell phone, and now back to GoPro. So hopefully we can finish out this video on the GoPro and it'll be better quality for you guys. And I hope you enjoy. So let's get at her. Alright, so I decided I'm going to try to see if the engine will crank over here real quick first before I start taking the wheels and tires off. So I'm going to grab a bar and probably slide under this thing some way, somehow, and see if we can pry on it a little bit and get it to move a little bit. So here we go. So at this point, this has been sitting with some stuff in the cylinders and soaking for about a week now. So we'll see if we can get this in here. Should have brought a smaller bar, looks like. You know what? I gotta jack this up to get the wheels off anyway, so let's just we'll do that real quick, then I can get a better vantage under. Since I don't have any jack stands, I'm not gonna be getting all the way underneath this thing, because I'd rather go home tonight. So anyway, let's keep going. So let's see if I can get this bar in there now. Just need to get it wedged up in there enough to grab that ring gear. Not looking good. Let me grab another bar that doesn't have so much flex in it. See the flywheel moving just a tiny bit, but you know, some days I wish I had a 4-post hoist, but you know, that's unattainable right now. We're just starting out. Yeah, I can. Well, we're definitely not making any progress in that front, are we? Shoot. Well, that's that seems to be kind of a lost cause right at the minute. I know it's not in gear because it pulled up on the trailer just fine. I don't think the transmission is froze up. So there should be, bottom side of the engine looks good, cylinders look good there. So we should be just worrying about the rings being stuck. So maybe I'll fill up the cylinders. We'll pop these tires, wheels and tires off, and then get some new tires on it, and then, you know, we can always roll it off the back of the trailer. Kind of use it as a ramp, so to speak. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so we're back at it again. I got these wheels and tires. Got the wheels off the 54 and got the trailer tires that I'm going to be breaking down. And looking at them, there's only one that's an actual trailer tire, one or two. So they're perfect. And I'm going to be grinding and painting these. And I don't have the original color, but what I do have is this Rust-Oleum dark gloss hunter green. And I mean, it's not a perfect match, but they'll be green and they're gonna look pretty good on that old beast. So I'm gonna set up the camera. I got the tire machine over there, and don't mind that right now. I'm working on a video on that one, so let's get at her. Alright, we got them all broke down here. So what we're going to do now is get out some wire wheels and some stripping tools of sorts, and going to clean the faces up real good, clean the wheel mounting or tire mounting surfaces up real good, and then see where maybe we can get some paint on these tonight yet. But we'll see how far we get. If we get them all cleaned up, prepped for paint, that's good enough for me. So let's keep rolling. All right, so as you can see, we're all painted up. Sorry for the low lighting, it's about 10 o'clock at night. So just trying to knock this out. Gonna probably get some tubes in the morning. These don't need to be perfect, they're gonna have tubes in them. So it's just to make it look a little more presentable, a little nicer. So we'll get some tubes tomorrow, and we'll see you in the morning. Alright, so as you can see, we're in a little bit different of a backdrop. I have the car at my house now, so it'd be a little easier to work on it than up in the storage, on the trailer, stuff like that. So we're gonna get started, getting the hood open, jack it up, and still work on getting that engine broke loose. When we brought it in, we did try to pop the clutch and break the engine loose. Still no luck. I'm gonna work at it for maybe 30 minutes. If I can't do it, I'm gonna start pulling the head off it, and we're gonna get this thing to run, so let's get at it. Alright, so now we're back under the car here. Looks a little familiar. I am noticing that the oil that we put in the cylinders is leaking past some of the rings, so it might be working in our favor to start getting this stuff broke loose. So I'm gonna get on it with a couple bars here and see if I can make any forward progress in getting this thing loosened up so we can work on getting it running again. I have got a new oil pan, or not new, but a replacement oil pan for it, and pickup tube and oil pump. So assuming we can get this thing broke loose, we will swap that oil pan out and then start working on the top end, making sure none of the valves are stuck, and so on and so forth. So let's keep at it. Alright, so as you can see, we are in the same boat that we started off in. So I think that the only logical step left is to start taking off the top end. I've tapped on the 3 pistons I can get to, you know, just lightly, nothing like, wasn't breaking them or anything, just lightly tapping on the wrist pin area. So I think that only leaves us with starting to pull the head off it. So I'm gonna slide out from under here, probably take it off the jack stand so it's not so high up in the air, and we'll start tearing it apart from the top half and see what we see. Well, the time has come to pull the cylinder head off. I've done all I can underneath. I fought with it, pounded on it. So I'm just gonna work on tearing the head off now and see if we can maybe get some luck on the top end. Maybe have to heat up the cylinders and get a block of wood and start hitting the pistons or something, hone the cylinders a little bit just to get them to a little more clearance or something. But not what I wanted to do, but what I have to do. So let's get at it. So, I mean, for me, I don't know why you would ever want flat blade screws holding stuff like this on. This is ridiculous. At the very least, they're coming right out. At this point, I'm really starting to get a lot of flashbacks to that red Torino. I don't like that. So it's pretty dang dry up there, and there is a lot of dirt and stuff sitting up there, but I mean, it's not horrible though. It's not bad, not terrible. So let's keep going. Not a single valve spring popped up, and it would appear that the rockers are seized on the shaft, so you could say things are going really good. Alright, well, it's loose, so let's get that out of the way. Let's actually move it even further out of the way, because I'm going to have to get up on here. Blow my back out. Don't take that out of context. Get a foot down here on the frame rail. See if we can get this to come up on out here. Alright. Put on that side here. Alright. So in the front end of the car. What'd I forget? Oh, the temp sender. Oops. Oh. Well, I mean, it's rusty, dirty, but in all honesty, it ain't that bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Let me climb down here and get this cylinder head out of my way. Gotta get my foot out first. Let go. like my feet. Don't take that out of context either. Cody, I know you're watching. I think we can get this one going still. I'm still keeping on with it. I ain't giving up on it yet. That Torino, totally and unbelievably not fixable. This, I think we can get this one fixed up. Let's take a look at the cylinder head while we got it sitting up too. So it's crusty, grungy. There's a few stuck valves in there, but again, a good cleaning on it, and I think she'll be a runner. Oh, I have to get a head gasket. I mucked it up taking it off, but it doesn't look blown anywhere, so all right then. Alrighty, so it's the next day, and where are we at? So got the cylinder head off last night. What I ended up doing is putting some ETF in the cylinders. I got a pan underneath, so we're gonna let that soak. The rocker shafts, or rocker shaft I should say, is seized up, so we have to work with that. Try to maybe soak it in a 5-gallon bucket of something or another, I don't know. And then the cylinder head, some of the valves are stuck, some aren't. So what's our plan? We are going to get the pistons out. We're going to take them all the way out. We're going to hone the cylinders, check to make sure the rings aren't stuck, and then we're going to pull the valves, clean the stems, make sure they're not stuck, lap the valves in, get a new head gasket, get the rocker shaft unseized, and then put it all back together and hopefully have a decent runner. Obviously you need a carb kit too. No big deal. Got a sonic cleaner. That's not a problem. Don't look at that. I'm making a video on that. Just forget about it. So yeah, that's where we're at with this one. Unfortunately, that is going to be a part 2 video. So I will get this one up as soon as I have it edited, and I'm going to keep working on the car. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon with hopefully the conclusion to the 54 Chevy project. Thanks for watching. Alright, so 54 Chevy, she's done. I did some work to it off camera, trying to get that engine broke loose. Did some more honing on the cylinder and realized pretty quickly that engine is not going to be a runner. I can do all the head work. That's not a problem. I could get the pistons out eventually. With enough work, I could probably get them out. But there is probably there's rust pitting on the cylinders, and one of them is probably about, I don't know, 50, 60 thousandths deep. So it's pretty rusty. It's going to need a full rebuild, if not a sleeve cylinder. So I put it up for sale. I'm not going to crush it like the Torino. I know some people were kind of upset about that. I didn't really film the inside of that car, but it was bad, really bad. I'm surprised it held together as much as it did. I had the whole inside of that car stacked full of, I put some engines inside it and some other stuff for weight, and I am actually surprised that it even came off the trailer with how rusty it is. I mean, it was almost in half. There's no floors in it. The seats are held in with angle iron that someone put in there to support the floor, so I'm sure that's the only thing that held that car together. So going forward, I got an offer on the 54 Chevy for a trade, and that's going to be one of the next Will It Runs. So you have to stay tuned for that. But for now, this is the end of the saga for the Chevy. Try to film some video of the swap out of us changing out the two vehicles. So stay tuned, and we will see what happens next. So thanks for watching. Alright, So we're going to be changing the 54 from this to this. This is a 1965 Chevy C20, and we just traded straight up, car for truck. This one was last registered in 09. The previous owner said he had it running at one time. I don't know how long ago that was. But we're gonna do a will it run on it, and kind of a can we get it back on the road. I'm sure we'll get it to run. It's got a 350 in it, obviously not factory, but just needs a good cleaning inside. Seat put on it. It does have rust, and someone did foam fill it. I don't know if that was the last guy or not, so I am not gonna weigh in on that. But yeah, this will be our next little will it run here, since the Chevy the 54 didn't work out, and hopefully we finally have some good luck with this stuff. Had the Torino be a total bombshell. Chevy was hit or miss there for a while, and then we got to the point where it was just no longer feasible to keep going with that car. It would have needed some serious machine work or an engine. So now we got this. So we're gonna dig in here and see where we can get with it.